While traveling through Ireland in September of 2024, we took on the EcoTrail Wicklow, a challenging trail race through the stunning landscapes of County Wicklow. But for us, this race was much more than just a one-day event. It was the culmination of nearly a month spent exploring the country, an adventure that began right here in the Wicklow Mountains. And after fast-packing the Wicklow Way and scouting the trails we'd soon be racing on, this experience was as much about the journey to the start line as it was about reaching the finish. After a 10-day road trip around Ireland and Northern Ireland, we'd arrived back in the seaside resort town of Bray, a couple of days before the start of the race. So we are in Bray. We got back here a couple of days ago after dropping off the camper van that we had rented, and then headed into Dublin yesterday to do a bit more sightseeing before going to an event last night just down the street here where we were part of a Q&A panel. But today we're trying to stay off of our feet. We're just finishing prepping our gear here, including our nutrition. I'll be relying primarily on products from NAC as usual. I've got the route loaded up here on my Coros Vertex 2S. And once we're done here, we're going to head over to race registration just across the street.
Hi. Perfect. It's ready to go?
The race would take place in County Wicklow, just south of Dublin on the east coast of Ireland. I'd be running the 80K course, which starts and finishes in Bray, doing essentially a big out and back with a few small loops. Quite a runnable course with just over 2,500 meters of elevation gain. AUDRÉE would be running the 46K course, which follows the same route but turns around a little sooner, with 1,670 meters of elevation gain plus equal descent. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes to race start here. Clear skies, it's actually not too cold. In fact, they say it could get up to 15 degrees today, so it could be some ideal racing conditions.
Your first time doing this race? Yeah, excited?
1,500 runners had registered for the various distances of the event, now in its 5th year, representing 64 nationalities. This included roughly 200 in the 80K race. Ah, beautiful.
What an amazing day.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just after 7:30 a.m. I just saw Jeff off on the 80K race this morning here in Bray. My race starts in about 90 minutes, so for now I'm just gonna go have a quick breakfast and get ready.
The first steep climb of the race would take us up and over Bray Head and to the iconic Bray Head Cross.
Originally from Cork, lived in Dublin there ages. I'm here just to see what I can do. This is my longest race ever, by a good bit. But I absolutely love this stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the hurt and the pain.
Yeah.
And of course the pint to get us afterwards.
From here, we'd catch our final glimpse of the Irish Sea before turning inland. Okay, just climbing around the side of Little Sugarloaf. The fast start, been a fast race so far, and we got a lot more running. Still to come.
There's Great Sugarloaf up ahead. That's our next climb. We don't actually summit, we kind of traverse around the side of it there again.
The early stages of the race would take us along primarily rocky trails as we traverse across Little and Great Sugarloaf Mountains.
Thanks for being out here. Okay, through the first aid station, thank you. At 15 kilometers, I still have plenty of water.
Wicklow is called the Garden County for a reason, and one of its highlights is Powerscourt Waterfall.
Powerscourt Waterfall back there. When we were doing our recce a few weeks ago on the Wicklow Way, we took a slightly different route, so we somehow missed that. It's quite cool.
The course would now begin to climb into the mountains, and meanwhile, it was time for the start of the 46K race.
Okay, here we go. It's about 8:40, starts in 20 minutes. Sun's coming up. I'm happy with my decision of wearing t-shirt, short shorts. I think it's gonna get quite warm today. Good morning. Stopped out on the first climb here, Bray Head, and now we run. Such a beautiful morning. Feeling okay so far. Main reason why I dropped down from the 80 to the 47K today is because the past couple of weeks I've had a niggle in my right knee, like very much feels like typical runner's knee. Definitely been lacking in terms of strength and mobility work lately, so I didn't think it'd be smart to run for 80K. My IT band feels quite tight on that right side, so I'll keep keep an eye on that today and reassess as I go. Certainly don't want to do too much damage here.
Oh wow. Great view of the waterfall from up here. Hey, thank you. Clearing up for us.
We had hit a long series of boardwalks, winding through boggy terrain as we traversed the exposed hills. The wooden planks are designed to protect the delicate landscape while providing a firmer surface, but they demand a certain level of focus. The trail would eventually lead to the edge of Loch Tay, more famously known as Guinness Lake, one of the most iconic locations in the region. The shape of the lake, in combination with the white sand at the top, is said to make it look like a pint of stout.
Okay, I'm about 90 minutes in, and on my way up to Great Sugarloaf now, which Jeff and I submitted, of course, a couple weeks ago when we fast packed the Wicklow Way. But today, we're not going near the summit, we're just kind of skirting around it, which I'm not mad about. I wasted quite a few minutes there. I ran a bit of course to go to the gas station to use the bathroom. Normally I'm all for peeing in the bush, but sometimes you need TP and privacy. Unfortunately, I got there and it was a huge lineup. So I turned around. So in the end, I wasted that time for nothing. And I still really need to go to the bathroom. It's okay, because just up ahead I'm seeing some of the women that I was running with earlier. So I haven't fallen too far back. Nice work. Just coming up to the first aid station here at the bottom of Great Sugarloaf, and I see porta potties. Hi. Thank you. Well, thank you. Okay, bathrooms first, water after.
Okay, just went through the second aid station there. At 29 kilometers, I refilled my water. So far, so good. Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. Okay, through another aid station. That one came quick. Got about 46K left here. Got some more water. I think I'm well stocked still on food though, so.
Running downhill now for a while. I think I'm in the area called Power Squirt, in the trees, and there's quite a few mountain bikers out. I've also seen some of the 50K leaders already coming back. Fortunately, this grade really hurting my IT band.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah, so I am descending cautiously, hoping to not make things too much worse for myself here. Ugh.
So we're in a very runnable section of the course here as we do a little loop before turning around and heading back the way we came. I'm feeling good, but I'm definitely feeling that effort from last weekend when we ran the 32K Seven Sisters Skyline race. We've got just about a marathon left. This has to be the only sport where we use the marathon as a unit of measurement. Hi there, thanks.
Feeling good. We're looking good. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Last year was just torrential rain for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, just hood up, tunnel vision, couldn't see anything, no sights.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've actually seen the views in Wicklow.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
All right, so I'm just past the halfway point, and most of the climbing's done already. And just a little downhill here to the river, across a little wood bridge, and then we're going straight back up on the other side.
All right, so through halfway at just under 4.5 hours. My goal for today was about 9 hours, so roughly on pace. We've done a little bit more than half the climbing, so we'll see. It's gonna be close.
That was the split off point between the 47 and the 80K. So a few hours ago, Jeff would have kept going straight there when I went left. And I believe he's going to make his way back here as well, following the same route back, which is kind of cool. And I was just thinking, if he has a really good day, at the rate I'm going, we'll finish not too far apart. He'll be maybe 30 minutes behind me, an hour max if I had to guess, because he did start 90 minutes ahead of me, and he was aiming for, I don't know, between 8 and 9 hours. And I think I'll be out here for 6 minimum.
Just coming back through this aid station here just after 43K. I will get some more water for the road. That was a lot of running.
That was a lot of running.
This race came at the end of what for me was a very long season of racing and adventure, including my goal race for the year, a 100-miler in Switzerland, about 7 weeks prior. So we were treating this last event as more of a celebration of our time here in Ireland.
Hi there. Okay, back through that aid station again. Filled up some water. About 29 kilometers left, and I'm starting to count down the kilometers, and they are catching up with me, or I should say the season is catching up with me. It's starting to hurt a little bit. I can run still, but not very fast. So I think I'm gonna have to dig here to get through these last few hours.
I was now making my way back past Loch Tay and back along the boardwalks, while Audrey was already well on her way back to Bray.
So I think I've got about 20K to go now. Basically retracing our steps around Great Sugarloaf, Little Sugarloaf, up and over Brayhead, and down to the finish.
We had spent nearly a month traveling around Ireland, with our journey bookended by 2 incredible experiences in County Wicklow. First, fast packing the Wicklow Way, and now returning to race EcoTrail Wicklow. And as I retraced these now familiar steps, I couldn't help but reflect on what a perfect way this was to close the loop on the unforgettable time we'd spent here in Ireland.
All right, 4 hours in, and I've just hit 34K. Moving pretty well on this super runnable section. It looks like they've done quite a bit of trail work, because a couple weeks ago this whole section was so overgrown, but it's really nice today. Nice work. Well done.
Great speed.
Thank you. Still got legs for the flat stuff for now. Just past 5 people right there. Got a big climb coming up. I'm hopeful I can catch a few more people there.
Hi there. Getting there. Hi there. Thank you. Okay, so through that aid station there at about 64 kilometers, so just a little over 16 kilometers left. We don't have to climb this mountain, Great Sugarloaf. We're gonna go around the side of it.
Okay, so I did pass a bunch of people on that climb, but now we're mixed up with the shorter distances, so the 19 and the 36K runners. So coming up from behind, it's hard, it's impossible to tell if it's someone you're racing or not. I do see one ahead, my friend with the blue shirt that I ran with earlier this morning. I did not think I would catch her back, and I don't know, 10K to go now, we'll see. Here she is. Well done. Been chasing you all day.
We're just on the first of the last 2 climbs in the race, totaling about 300 meters up and around Little Sugarloaf up here. About 10 kilometers to go. And yeah, I'll get a bit of water, thanks. Home stretch.
Well done.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm pushing hard there for past few kilometers. That paid off. I did catch her, but now of course I'm running scared. Doesn't really matter, I actually don't even know what position I'm in, but you know, it's like a little mental game. So now I'm on what I believe is the very last climb, up and over Bray Head and down to the finish at Bray Seafront. Hey pup, nice stick. I think maybe 2 or 3K left. Starting my descent back into town now, and can actually hear the finish line from here. So close. Last 800 meters. Thanks, well done. Thank you for the push. Thank you for the motivation.
I'm super happy with my race. It was fast and runnable. It really suited my strength quite well, and I was able to push a little bit in the second half and made my way up the field, and I managed to finish in 5th place. So my niggles never really did get worse, so that's really good. I was able to finish feeling quite strong. So I just got changed. I'm having my recovery drink here, and I'm gonna go back to the finish line and wait for Jeff.
Okay, we're down to about 4 kilometers, and I can see a couple of 80K runners up here. So it's time to go hunting. Yeah, there's a bunch more. You hear the announcer down at the finish line. Should be dropping down any minute here. past one more guy there. See if I can hold him off. That way, okay, thanks. Okay, we go final kilometer. Hey there, thanks. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Perfect, thank you. That's great. Oh, do you?
Hi!
Woo!
Did you suffer a little
Had to
bit?
dig for that one.
Oh yeah. Well done.
Oh wait, I got 79.99. Hold on.
Oh, you can't have that. You can't have that. That's not gonna cut it.
You know on some of your YouTube videos.
Ah, awesome.
You're the one from Canada, right?
Yes, exactly. Jeff and I, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They watch your videos.
Well, I didn't have too much left in my legs after such a busy season of racing and adventures, but whatever I had, I left out on the course. We got really lucky with the weather, pretty much ideal racing conditions, and it was a really scenic course. Fast, runnable.
How did your race go?
It went really well.
Good. Fifth place?
Yeah, 5:31. I was pretty happy.
So that marks the end of our adventure here in Ireland after 3 incredible weeks. And be sure to check out the documentary from the Wicklow Way, as well as the episode of Time on Feet, detailing all of our time here in Ireland if you haven't already.